Hey guys, in this video I will show you my cherry blossom inspired monthly bullet journal setup. The colors I'll be using are 2 shades of pink, brown, black and gold for some finishing details. On the main page I'm drawing a cherry tree that I sketched beforehand. It's probably the most difficult and time-consuming page of the journal, but the whole setup is very easy to replicate overall. You would like to give it a try in your journals and replicate it. To start with, I'm using the light pink color and I'm filling in the crown of the blossoming tree, and after that with the darker pink I'm adding in some shadows and some depth to it. The cherry blossom tree holds a lot of importance in Japanese culture. This quote by Umaro Kanto, a famous American chef, that explains the ideology quite well, I think. The cherry blossom represents the fragility and the beauty of life. It is a reminder that life is almost overwhelmingly beautiful, but that it is also tragically short. There are many cherry blossom trees all over Japan, and each year the blossoming of the trees is anticipated and celebrated by most. When it is cherry blossom season, there are many gatherings and festivals organized in Japan, where people come together to spend time with each other and enjoy the fleeting beauty of the blossoming trees. Cherry blossom season usually starts mid-March and ends sometime in early May in Japan, which is why I chose it as a theme for this monthly setup. After I'm done coloring the tree crown, I'm going in with my Sakura fine liner 03 and I'm outlining the tree trunk and the branches of the tree. I also drew some flower petals as if they're falling from the tree. I covered the tree trunk with a Derwent pencil in the shade called chocolate brown. To finish the drawing, I added some golden dots on the upper parts of the tree crown that are hit in real life by sunlight, and I love how that added sparkle made the drawing come together even more. Under the tree, I'm adding the usual tiny calendar with the name of the month and the dates underneath it. This is the third setup I make that's inspired in some way by Japan, Japanese culture, Japanese nature and the like, so I decided to try and make all 12 monthly setups Japan themed, since that gives me a direction and idea for every month, which I like. I also love researching a bit about each theme that I choose, and I happen to love Japanese culture in general. It's one of my goals to visit Japan again at some point, and these themes kind of keep me motivated to achieve my personal goals as well. Moving on to the next page, and here I'm making my habit trackers for the month. I spelled trackers wrong. I missed the C there. Please ignore that for now. I do fix it for the final flip through though. Drawing some simple cherry blossom doodles to decorate the title using the same colors I used for the tree on the first page. After I draw the golden dots with the Jelly Roll pen, I sometimes like to tap it with my finger. That way I get slight variation in the shape of the golden spots, which I like. The cherry blossom, or Sakura, is actually the national flower of Japan, and it represents a time of renewal and optimism. The beginning of cherry blossom season marks the end of winter and the beginning of spring. Sadly, each individual tree may only flower for about a week, but that also makes its beauty all the more precious. The titles for my habit trackers ended up being a bit hard to see since the white Jelly Roll pen doesn't really stand out against the pink background, but it's still clear enough for me to see, so it's not such a big problem. On the bottom page, I had just the right space for a quote of the month, which in this case is "Let us find inner freedom in each lucky moment that we encounter, like a sun-basking butterfly that finds peace on a cherry blossom petal." What I got from this month's theme and reading about the meaning of Sakura is to try and be more present, as cliche as that sounds. Our goals and looking towards the future is very important and great, but one shouldn't forget to stay present and stop and smell the cherry blossoms in this case, I guess. I'll definitely make it a point this spring to seek out blossoming trees in my area and make a day out of it. I decorated the empty space around the quote with some flowing cherry blossom petals, and I drew black and gold dots to make the decoration seem more complete and keep the theme consistent. On the neighboring page, I decided to make 3 tables named Events, Goals, and Tasks. It's self-explanatory what they are for, I think. In the events column, I'll leave a single line for each day of the month to use as a mini events calendar. When it comes to writing the titles in this setup, I'm writing them with a 03 black fine liner once, and then I make every vertical line of each letter a bit thicker in order to fake a calligraphy pen look. To finish off this page setup, I'm adding a single flower next to each title and a dark outline to the border of each table. Lastly, I'm making my weekly spread, starting with a simple calendar on the upper left corner. I started to feel like I'm going a bit overboard with the pink, so I decided to keep it a bit more minimal for the weekly spread, using mostly black. It is a very simple decoration of the first 3 letters of the name of the day and a few black dots around it. On the bottom left right corner, I added a single cherry blossom tree branch. I did that doodle purposefully, taking from the space under Saturday and Sunday, simply because these are the days I try to keep open and my to-do list is usually the shortest on these 2 days normally. Anyways, we've come to the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and as always, thank you for watching.